Today we're going to look at harmonics. Now what I've demonstrated there with tapped harmonics, which allows us to get a very nice sustained note and go from a normal pitch like this, for example, to this. Okay, but before we get to show you how to do that, I'm going to do a rough introduction, a basic introduction down to what harmonics are. Now we normally got harmonics by fret 12, fret number 7, obviously all the strings, and fret 5. Now depending on how accurate your guitar's intonation is, there are other places as well, but those are the most consistent and arguably the most often used. And where it comes in quite handy is, say for example I'm playing an E minor chord. And I can actually add little extra notes around the chord. Also, for example, if I'm playing a bar chord. And there you can hear that sitting in the background in the harmonic as well. But to show you how to get it, let's first get the basics underway. I'm sure some of you probably know how to do harmonics. For those that don't, here how it works. We're going to go to fret 12. This is your 12th fret over here. And the 12th fret, if you measure from your saddle here where the string goes over the saddle to exactly the 12th fret, and you measure from the 12th fret to the nut, you'll find fret 12 is exactly middle point. It's exactly the middle of your string. And that's why the harmonic works. But let me just show you how we got it working. I'm putting the guitar flat so you can hear and see rather what I'm doing. I'm taking my finger and I'm touching very lightly on the string and then picking it. And as soon as I pick it, I release. So it gives a nice sort of chime sound. So if I'm playing a chord now, like E minor for example, like I said, I can go, and you can hear how nicely it works. Now, if you know the names of the strings, for example, G, and I know that my strings, G and B being strings 3 and 2, 3G, 2B, those two notes make up the chord G, and that's why those notes work so well with it. So it's a nice way to build little extra fills around something if you're arpeggiating it. Now, on that tapped harmonic that I was demonstrating at the beginning, I'm using a bit of overdrive now, so we got your back again. And all I'm doing over here is I'm calculating where exactly is my 12th fret from where I'm playing. So say for example I'm using my A minor pentatonic scale over here. And I want to do a very basic riff. Like that for example. And I want to now change the pitch of that last note. I can count up 12 frets. So I go from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Bit tedious, but check this out. And it works really well. And again, playing flat, you can see over here that I'm just barely touching the fret. It's a very, very light tap there. One more time. And you can bend it while it's in harmonic mode as well, and it sustains really, really well. So it's a very cool technique, especially if you had a tremolo arm, which maybe I should use one of the other guitars later to demonstrate as well, but we'll leave that for a tremolo exercise. It's a nice way to change pitch, sustain notes, nice for those really nice blues solos. So instead of doing a pinched harmonic, you can also do a tapped harmonic, and that's what I was doing. Now, obviously counting 12 frets is a mission. But we've got, on top of the guitar over here, we've got little dots. You can see there's a double dot there, and there's a single black dot over here. Or you can look at the front, and you normally got double dots, or in the case of this guitar, you've got little squares. But you've got inlays. And the interesting, unique thing about these inlays is that if I'm on the second inlay, so let's look at the neck. I'm going to start at the nut over here, a bit further back. Fret 1, fret 2, fret 3. Remember I said earlier, fret 12 is middle. So everything repeats from fret 12. Fret 1, fret 2, fret 3. Okay, assuming I'm restarting my count as 12 being my center place. This dot, or this marker, is the same as that marker. If I go to this marker, that marker is the same as that marker. So it duplicates itself. So now I can take advantage of the duplication. And if I'm playing a note on the third marker over there that I'm tapping, all I do is I visualize and I go to my third marker here, 1, 2, 3, and I tap there. If I'm playing, for example, over here, fret 8, which is between those two markers, so I'm between marker 3 and 4, okay, I go between marker 3 and 4 here. So we need to get used to the concept of fret 12 duplicating itself, which is also quite nice for sort of just normal riffs if I want to get like a nice little call and response. And just duplicating it like that, and then you can start doing variations. So you go. And it's a nice way to sit and build your solos as well, using the advantage of octaves. So getting used to your guitar neck, very, very important. And then the tapped harmonic. Now we can actually go higher than that as well. You can actually even go off the fretboard. Like say, for example, I'm at fret 13. And you can hear that worked. As you can hear, that one's a little bit more tricky. Now, every guitar has got unique little design to it. So the note will still be the same place, but you have to find out where to find that on your guitar. Now, for this guitar, obviously, my 13th fret is in the middle of those two coils. So being coil 1 over here, being coil 2 over here. So my 13th fret marker is here. So when I play 13 over here, and I bend it, well, I don't have to bend it, I can just play it. I just tap there and it works. If I bend it, nice way to start a solo as well. So these are really cool tricks, tips, concepts, whatever you wish to call them, and a nice way to get into adding some new ideas to your solo work. So I hope you really enjoy it. If you have any questions with them, please give me a shout, drop me a WhatsApp or email me as well. I'd be happy to sort of maybe write some licks for you down perhaps. But what I'd like you to try now is take all your favorite ones and get used to try putting some harmonics in. You can do it over here. So at any place you like, as long as you're thinking 12 frets, that's what we want to learn. We want to think harmonic 12 frets up. And we also want to learn over here that from the 12th fret, everything repeats itself just an octave higher. And then we also want to learn that as you get to know your guitar, you can actually play sort of off the fretboard, so to speak, by actually getting to know and familiarize yourself. Where are my notes off the fretboard? So if I had a fret going past 22, 23, 24, 25, which would be my 13, okay, because 13 plus 12 is 25, math lesson as well, yeah, okay. If I get to know this and I can find it on my own guitar, if you got a Strat, find out where your 25th fret is sitting on that. It'll be somewhere near your pickup, but find it. There it was off, and there it was. So obviously, as you get more familiar with the guitar, you'll be a lot more consistent or accurate as well. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you're going to find some nice little riffs inside there. And yeah, it's a really cool way to get around your guitar. Normal harmonics, like we said. Tapped harmonics, as we demonstrated. And have lots of fun and make your solos more interesting. Thanks very much.